How y'all doing? Good. Now make some noise for everybody that came up here already. You know what I mean? My name's Mega. I'm one of those things they call a poet. Yeah, it's a cool occupation. It's unpaid for the most part, but you know, I try to do our thing. Slate is called What's Next? And I've been asking that question to myself, especially from where I come up. I grew up in Brooklyn, and the school I went to Benjamin Banneker, Brooklyn, you know what I mean? I went to Benjamin Banneker Academy High School, and I was always a creative person, but there was never like a lot of like art or creative like initiatives for students in that high school. And it would always bother me because there was so much talent around me. There was so much talent around me that I couldn't see. I was like, why is there no music classes? Why is there no art classes? And we had music and art classes, but they were so like short and condensed, it really didn't make sense to me. So I wrote this poem called Unsung, and it's kind of like a question to what's next for schools without creative education. One day, my son will come up to me with melodies in his head asking me where to put them. Eyes like the greatest song never sung, the saxophone notes in his gut will bellow like a whispering war cry. His fingers have always been strumming in silence, always having to construct microphones out of his own breath. There are no music programs at his school, and no dance classes for my daughter. She will have to straddle the samba, the merengue, and the Dougie under her feet like dead skin, condensed to the desk, and I fear that one day she will become of it. Steel-legged and stationary, steps and spins will leave her before she can plant them on the ground. And I will shake my head, realizing how history always repeats its creative barricades. I saw in the news that they'd stop education spending to pay for tax cuts. I felt the right side of my brain rattling its wrists in handcuffs, choking on the paint of my self-portrait that will sit in my drawer, just collecting dust like a discarded cable box. I can never channel my talents past my house and the singing in the shower, but consider me lucky. I got to take one credit music and art courses in high school, but they attempted to compact chords and brushstrokes in the curriculum. We studied Beethoven and the Temptations like they rehearsed in the same room. All I had to show for my dingy smock was a paraphrased knowledge of the color wheel. There's nothing really being taught here. I asked my music teacher, teach me a basic understanding of the piano. Hung Berkeley College atop my aspirations like a game-winning jump shot, and he says, I'm sorry, I'd love to, but the school won't provide funding for that. We were hidden tempera murals and duct tape sopranos, didn't know how to scream. There was no choir training to teach us how to push out our diaphragm. There was no choir training to ever teach us how to push out our diaphragm. Never encouraged to prepare portfolios in the art room. Just go by and finish the projects you knew you were going to put off to the end of the semester. We were hidden tempera murals and duct tape sopranos. The poetry workshops will be as empty as 7-line sonnets. The short films and documentaries will just sit in the archives. And I will shake my head again to my son and daughter at this moment, realizing this is the way things have always been. I will hand them their lunch money and lead them out the door, where the world will tell them to put on their best smile, carry legs of steel, and graduate, because dancing in the street is not allowed. Wow. Yeah.